In 2016, when the Long Island Federation of Labor last convened, we celebrated the fights and wins against corporate profits and attacks on collective bargaining. That was just the beginning. Unprecedented disruptions provoked a wave of blame and a nation's worst instincts. Special interests sought to dismantle the rights and benefits of working people everywhere and to break the very backbone of what makes America great. Along with our partners and allies, we have doubled down. We've worked to lift exploited workers and to protect and create the good union jobs that in turn support our communities.
One of the things that CSEA has been very involved in is the Janus case. Mark Janus was working for Council 31, AFSCME. He disagreed with the political action of the local and tried to challenge his union. The rich right-to-work folks got together. It wound up in the Supreme Court, and eventually they won. The Janus decision basically said that the agency fee payers no longer have to pay. It leads to a weakening of the union. The people behind Mark Janus, their main concern was destroying unions. The CSEA fought back by organizing our members, talking about how to stay strong and how to stay with CSEA. They might have won the battle, but they didn't win the war. Janus was alive and well, but so was CSEA and the other public employee unions throughout the whole country.
The building and construction trades of Nassau and Suffolk counties has fought to restore the definition of New York's public works law. This will ensure that developers receiving public investments pay prevailing wages to local workers.
The whole premise of prevailing wage is about earning a living to make sure that the people that are living in the community are able to generate enough income, pay the taxes so that everybody can grow. But there are developers who do not want to pay prevailing wage, they want to pay something that's less. You'll have some people coming from anywhere as long as there's some kind of a lower price that drives them to the bottom. When it came to the elections, we engaged ourselves and flipped the Senate. We wanted to ensure that prevailing wage was going to be back on the table.
The teachers' unions have led the fight for our students and for quality education in local communities.
There are so many different variables with students, and the state tests are written sometimes 2 to 3 grades above what the student is reading. They were taking those to decide placement of students and to evaluate the teachers. This does not work. We had a bill that was supposed to come to the floor to decouple the teacher evaluation from the testing. It was blocked by the Senate chairperson. We knew we needed to change the players. We got out that vote to change those players. We won, and our evaluations were decoupled. Now we get to look at how we can help the students. We can work to get that done.
1199 SEIU fought to reverse a proposed $550 million healthcare budget cut.
Hospitals, nursing homes, home care, patients that we dearly love would be affected very badly. Layoffs were a big deal. We really, as a union, took a hold of the fight. The members were truly self-motivated and went to New York State to fight this. The legislators, the governor, they saw the need and they kept it in the budget. We had great success. We're not done with the fight. We want to move forward to legislation one day for a safe staffing bill, which would provide the proper ratios for safe health care. And we're fighting for everyone.
The Long Island Federation and its partners are fighting for immigration reform, policies promoting citizenship, and basic rights for workers. These goals are morally imperative and make economic sense for our communities.
There are an estimated 20,000 TPS recipients here on Long Island. The largest concentration in the United States is in Congressman King's and Zeldin's districts. The message our members brought to their offices was that them losing TPS would not only destroy families, but also businesses.
18% of our economic growth annually is contributed by immigrant communities here on Long Island. Much of our farmland is tended by an immigrant workforce. One of the biggest issues is just the incessant fear that's being injected into our communities and into the political landscape. Fear around folks trying to get into their cars and drive to work. We're hearing about workers' rights being rolled back, their civil rights being rolled back so that they have less and less of a voice on the job. Communities and organizations are fighting back so that they create a barrier to the deportation pipeline. We partner with the labor movement to address the ways in which immigrants were being targeted.
There's no better example of what the union movement does and what they stand for than fighting for the rights of farm workers on this island. Farm workers do not have the right to organize. It is a blot on our society. It is a fight that we've had year after year, and we believe this is the year that we're going to be able to do this. Since 2016, the Federation has been under attack. This has been the most anti-union administration in my lifetime. But the union movement is stronger than it ever was because it helped bring together members of the union movement in solidarity, standing up for each other. But it is just the beginning. We have to grow. We have to be on the attack, and it's our local unions who are going to lead the way.